Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero. We are back talking about Collective Shout. Now I did a video on this the other day talking about this Australian activist group that is currently trying to censor and go after payment processors from places like Steam, and it seems like they've gotten the payment processors shut down also on itch.io. Now, an individual by the name of Madam Savvy seems to have been at the forefront of all of this, constantly going after these people and constantly calling out their nonsense, as most people should. And it's absolutely amazing how much they just cannot handle one single woman going at them and absolutely destroying their arguments and destroying everything that they know to be true. Now, she went after them specifically for being hypocrites, considering that they are trying to censor these not safe for work games on Steam. And whether or not, in my opinion, you like them or not, they have been at the forefront of loving the movie Cuties. Now, if you don't know what that is, you should probably not look that up. Honestly, it's a disgusting piece of art coming out of France that was posted on Netflix. If you guys know, there are certain people in CG that seem to be loving that movie. Only one person in particular. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But it's crazy to me that this is still going on, and she's still bringing up evidence constantly, and it seems to be a big thing that she is very good at. So I wouldn't want to get on her bad side if you're trying to push a narrative towards the internet and trying to censor things you don't like. Whether or not I or anyone else like the type of content you're trying to censor, it never ends there. It always ends at the point where they go ahead and try to censor the game you like, as if they haven't had GTA censored in Australia in the past. So, L.S. Kennedy, when your work inspires this level of vitriol, you know you're doing good things. You are not doing good things. You claim you're being there for the safety of my children and my women, yet you are sitting there loving that movie Cuties. So proud of the women I work alongside, plus so appreciative of the thousands of individuals backing our org to change corporate behavior, plus end this word. No, we won't be silenced. To which Savvy replies with, you have maybe hundreds of people versus the thousands more pushing back because you want to chase fiction and text while defending Cuties of all things. You want to tell women what to do, how to think, what to wear, and what to consume. You actively work against women like me, tell us we are stupid and label us a man because you can't imagine a woman speaking out against you, attacking bakeries, lip gloss, makeup, ads, and women choosing clothing you don't like. None of that stops grape or these terrible things by illegals in the UK or anywhere else. Cutting off support to breast cancer charities because you don't like the company doing it while defending this is wild behavior. Now, for the context for the bakeries, it's all down here, by the way. We'll get to it. You lot are sick and will not control narratives. Won't call for a ban when real children are made to dance, when hundreds of little girls, quote-unquote, audition for the roles their routines recorded and kept most likely. But damn, if there's a fictional anime girl with some fan service, that is hell on earth to you hags. Bro, I would never want to get on the bad side of someone like Savvy. We're going to start calling her Madam Savage at this point. Bodiva Mexican Wine Bar in Thirol, NSW, removed an Instagram promo post depicting women's bums being groped alongside the caption, Happy Hump Day, within an hour of movement director Melinda Tinkard Reyes calling them out on their page following a tip-off from an NSW supporter. Revolution Beauty porn themed lip gloss ads removed from social media after our supporters objected. Playboy ANZ, the Australian arm of global corn brand Playboy clothing, closed down. The National Breast Cancer Foundation charity instructed Playboy-owned sexual store Honey Burdette to end its fundraising agreement early and remove their logo from promotions. Brumsey's polls. Let me pull this down real quick so you can see it. Brumby's pulls best buns in town staff t-shirts after employee complaints posted by Melissa Lizuski. Sexualized slogans on staff uniforms leave young employees vulnerable to these terrible things. As reported by 3AW, there's no You can see there's nothing like sexual on here. It's literally just a bakery with bread. It says, we've got the best buns in town. Like, what is wrong with this exactly? I have no idea. 3AW's Breakfast's rumor file was told the bakery chain had sent out t-shirts with the slogan, we've got the best buns in town, plastered across the front for staff to wear while working. Do you seriously not think they're intending that as a bit of a sleazy comment? No. Bread buns, you dummies. Like, what are we doing, bro? Bruh, it's disgusting. Ugh, bruh. Anybody who defends this garbage, disgusting film, no. And why I'm not joining calls to ban this movie. Today's list of headlines read, women in politics including this new brown sugar set to take on Cameron's disgusting film. More girls in heck might take on this disgusting film published at ABC Religion. So you're sitting there talking about how children and women are in danger from fictional games, but yet you're sitting there defending this disgusting movie. Wow. She goes on to say, to summarize and for our own records, Savvy's big exposés, quote unquote, apparently intended to intimidate and silence us while riling up a gaggle of rabid followers melting down after losing access to these type of games. False accusations of PDF-philia, defense of PDF criminals, made against me and my colleagues based initially on a composite of screenshots that had no connection to one other than on a poorly comprehended reading of a cutie's analysis, ridiculing collective staff using infantile schoolyard bully tactics. Yeah, because somehow you're getting bullied by a woman who's like 104 pounds. Yeah, totally. Something well-adjusted. Healthy individuals outgrow by roughly age 15. Like I said, if you're getting bullied by a woman who's skinny as Savvy, I think she's like 104 pounds, you're honestly weak and soft. Either dishonestly or due to a lack of comprehension skills, there does seem to be a pattern. Summarizing our campaigns to misrepresent their goals and impacts, we have never objected to ads because they are too sexy or raunchy. Apparently you have, according to the screenshots here. Do you seriously not think they're intending that as a bit of a sleazy comment? Like, what are we doing? Portraying Playboy as a victim in response to our campaign, exposing the pornographer's shop chain attempting to whitewash itself by hijacking a well-respected breast cancer charity. Shame that went over their heads, a symptom of poor research and comprehension skills. How did it go over their heads? What? What are you talking about? Where is it at? Instructed Playboy-owned store Honey Birdette to end its fundraising agreement early. Whatever. I've asked Savvy to leave my page once, but this person returned to hurl more abuse and false accusations against me and my colleagues, even though all she does is present receipts, because that's exactly the type of person she is, riling up followers in another rabid frenzy to pile on another onslaught of abuse and falsehoods. All because the men lost access to their immersive corn. No, it's because it's a slippery slope, and once you start banning the not safe for work stuff that's intended for adults, it becomes even things that are not as raunchy or not as in that area. All because we held companies enabling and profiting from this trade to their own terms and conditions. Again, these are fictional things. Due to this person's lack of self-control and respect for boundaries, I asked them to kindly leave my page once before, even inviting them to have the last word, a point that was entirely misconstrued and led to another vicious tirade against me. Our message was reinforced, amplified in a way I couldn't have achieved myself. I almost want to say thanks, Savvy. Now again, kindly leave my page. Again, whether or not I agree with the content being available, and I'm not saying I would ever buy this type of content, it doesn't mean it isn't allowed to exist. Because once you go down that path and you start censoring these things like GTA end up being censored like you have before in Australia. And who knows, you might even end up getting GTA 6 censored and taken off shelves when that game comes out in 2026. To which, of course, you got community noted. The screenshots in question all bore connection to Savvy's arguments and were not at all dishonest or false whatsoever. No bullying was involved, only the spreading of public information. So basically, you got BTFO'd by Savvy, as you should, because you're stupid. And I said, you proved to Madam Savvy that by locking down replies, you can't stand on your points. Stop being a coward. And of course, I did get blocked. I did get blocked by this person. I just want to show that. I did get blocked by this person. But then they started targeting, targeting Twitter and X. Twitter/X for corn on their platform, even though, again, it's another thing you can easily just filter out and you don't have to look at it. But, of course, Madam Savvy goes on 21 hours ago saying, Collective Shout unprivated and their pinned comment from when they were private still lists me as a man, her. This is punishable by law in Australia, and I'm getting very close to filing a complaint. They are locking down all their posts. They don't want their words posted under their tweets. But this is what I said they were gearing up for. They and other groups are labeling Elon Musk's Grok assistant Annie as corn and childlike to get it banned from Apple payment processors, the UK, and any government performing overreach. This is not enlightenment. This is slavery to females who have no love, no joy, and no purpose. They chase bakeries, lip gloss, Detroit Become Human, the video game. But Celebrate Cuties, a 2020 film of real child terrible things where 650 little girls did this in auditions. They lie and throw fits, and now they're terrified. So it's banned corn on X while Elon Musk needs to clean up his platform. According to the Children's Commissioner for England, X is the platform where young people are most likely to encounter pornography. 40% of kids who have seen corn online saw it on X. Allegedly, and again, why are parents allowing children on this platform? Or allowing them to see that type of content? When men who claim this game, along with other content they consume, has no bearing on real-world behaviors, send us these types of things, we can't help but notice the irony. And you got Madam Savvy right down there. They're calling her a man flat out on. I gotta move this up. Her comment is right there, and they're flat out calling her a man. Oh my god, bro. Australia, what are you doing? It's people like this that make the people that are normal in Australia look terrible. What are we doing, bro? Not real, quote unquote. Freedom of expression, quote unquote. Don't like it, don't play. It's true. Don't like it, don't play it. You don't have to purchase the games you're crying about. But they are allowed to exist. They are allowed to exist. The law seems to state that if the intent is to vilify, then the misgendering falls under discrimination. That's laws in Australia. And the intent was indeed to vilify. Collective Shout, why do you label me as a man? Why doesn't Kennedy use she when referring to me? Bro, she is just... Oh my god, it's just so bad. It's just so bad. Collective Shout had another win in 2019, but here's this woman lamenting fiction harder than lambasting cutie. Oh my god. Hold on. I need to... It works better for them when they don't reply to me. All I do is repost their own words, their own beliefs, their tweets. Your claims are absurd. Don't even make sense. You conjured up a frenzy amongst your manions. What? Claiming to dig on Collective Shout. What did you show? Grade school Google skills and can recycle false claims? No, she showed your own tweets, you dummy. What are you talking about, bro? Collective Shout had another win in 2019, but here's a woman lamenting fiction. Yeah. Collective Shout was part of the successful global campaign to have Grape Day pulled from the same platform. This is back in 2019. We are watching closely to see how our classification regulators classified this game in Australia. I was thinking the same thing. Surely culpability for a game like this precedes the point at which it is classified or hosted. Surely the wrongness is in the conception, design, and development phases of these games. Should regulation then aim to prevent their development? No. No. You just don't look at the content. Don't have the content on your Steam platform, on your Steam pages. Don't buy the content. It's the same thing, bro. It's always the same thing. Boosting this, I'm slow right now, but if anyone has a moment to spare, worth looking into what came of it. There it is. Grape Day will not ship on Steam. It's an odd response. Unknown risk, quote unquote. Fact finding. Wish there could be more info. She goes on to say, actually, I'm more interested in this. This is why Melinda thinks she has power. Back in 2009, she went after fiction again. A single complaint. One single complaint. This is why we think 40 or 50 fake names is enough, or 1,000 to a payment processor servicing 100 plus countries. It says, while it's good news that Grape Day has been withdrawn from Steam, how was this game allowed in the first place? How long was this horrific content visible to children before it was removed? Again, it's part of 18 plus on Steam. Children are not going to see the game on Steam unless they are 18 plus, which at that point in the US, you are an adult. And will it be hosted somewhere else? Back in 2009, a similar game, this right here, which allowed users to simulate this, and all this was banned after a single complaint by Collective Shout co-founder Melinda Tinkard Rice. So that's why she believes she has more power than she actually does, because she made a single complaint about this game, and it got removed from Steam. I mean, I know this game is controversial, but why do they think banning a game will stop someone trying to acquire it? Bully was banned in Brazil because some lawyer had nothing better to do, yet everyone had pirated the copy for PS2. Because come on, Zavi, Jesus. I mean, it's true, but Jesus. This is my attempt to map Visa and MasterCard censorship. This is in regards to Collective Shout taking ownership of pushing them, but this timeline shows activity back to 2016 for Visa and MasterCard. This thread will break down segments and provide close-ups. Reminder, Collective Shout and Encos and other groups are currently labeling all anime and Grok's Annie as childlike in order to get it banned under quote-unquote illegal content. Collective Shout labeled me as a man because they claim to be pro-woman, and they can't have a woman talking back. Collective Shout does not allow dissent. All views of Melinda most likely belong to all women. Collective Shout chases bakers, ads, clothing, Playboy, charities, Detroit Become Human, GTA 5, perfume, makeup by harassing businesses with emails, but they support this disgusting movie, the film that actually exploited little children and saw... I can't even read, it's so disgusting. Ugh, no. But I guess she has she made a comprehensive timeline from 2016 all the way to now. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. 2016, 2017, both links talk about how payment processors are becoming not safe for work content. Come 2018, that changes after Foster Sesta passes Encos was a big push. The language scares payment processors into feeling responsible for quote-unquote illegal content. April 2021, MasterCard changes its rules and cites at Encos and as one of its advisors. Encos is currently labeling all anime and Grok Annie as childlike to get it banned. ACLU makes a complaint report, cites this as possible reason. August 2022, MasterCard acknowledges it will suspend service if they deem it quote-unquote illegal under their vague rules. Jump to 2024, we have the start of investigations, suspensions, and censorship requests. Please keep in mind there are more than just these. April 2025. Visa updates its rules, 920 pages, and yes, I skimmed it all. These are the most troubling parts because they say specifically, quote, but not limited to. This dialogue leaves it open, so while they prohibit CSAM and all these other things, they allow for vague rules and do not list everything. They specifically state computer generated, which means all art, AI, etc. They will also label you quote-unquote high risk and monitor you extra close. So if you purchase games of this caliber, they may end up putting you as a high risk and monitor literally everything you're purchasing on the internet, which is gross. Just more government and big corporation overreach. And then some wrap up to today, which you can catch up on links for more Visa and MasterCard censorship requests and see what these groups are doing in my next post. May 2025, Surabaya suspends due to Visa/MasterCard. Steam changes rules to match these internet providers and Visa and MasterCard. Petition against eviction from Collective Shout. Feel free to use this information to start your research and add to it. Make videos, make commentary, retweet, do whatever you want. I'm going to be making this video. This is their latest movement, and their attacks on Elon Musk won't stop. This bill could be salvation, but it is unclear. It requires our politicians to do something, and we all know how hard that is without constant pressure. If you're going to message them, please use language like foreign extremists. Entities look to circumvent local laws and censor content they do not like, affecting American businesses. And another thing that she does mention is that it's not breaking any American law. If you are messaging your reps of a different nation, just replace America with your country. Be sure to provide screenshots from their website showing how ridiculous their behavior is. I need to make an amendment. I did screw up on the MasterCard segment. That is on me for using old notes and screenshot. You got lost in the sauce. It's okay, Savvy. Everyone makes mistakes. This page should be unmarked from this place, as that is not the group targeting fiction. Encos appears to have purposely picked that name. Their rebrand was intentional from a Catholic group to look more legit than they are. The group consulted. There is actually a useful organization that does not deal in such matters. I became very sweaty after reading that bit. Add this into 2016 as well. This was my hope more people would come forward with things I missed or didn't add on. I know sites are missing. I can't compile them all. Lunar Archivist says, I've been working for over a year on a video to inform the Japanese public about this phenomenon back in October 2016. Lewd Gamer published an article where adult gaming platform Newtaku reported that banks, payment processors, and credit card companies were forcing censorship. Yeah, all censorship is bad. I don't care. I truly don't care. Honestly, this is something I needed to put out. I wanted to put this out because I am for any sort of censorship in any shape, way, shape, or form. Whether you like the content or not is not your problem. You don't get to decide what type of content people get to purchase with their hard-earned money. And I'm 100% against any sort of censorship in any way, shape, or form. And this needs to be heard by more people, that this disgusting Australian activist group is out here supporting these disgusting things like cuties, yet they're sitting there trying to censor fictional things. Things that are not really happening. And everybody needs to know about it. More people need to know about it. And I'm glad that Madam Savvy is going around talking about this and allowing people to get all the information as best as she can, of course, because not everyone's perfect. And I'm glad to be able to give you all the information so that you are well aware of what is going on with this group and what Visa and MasterCard are possibly doing with your information. So thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. Let me know in the comment section down below if you are against censorship or you're pro-censorship, and why you are pro-censorship. Let me know why you're anti-censorship. Me personally, I am anti-censorship all the way, which is why I've chosen not to buy certain games that decide to get localized terribly or censored for reasons that are not necessary. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or go live on the channel. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.